Pokemoshpitbeta, how's it going? This is CowboysandMileyFan, aka Dallas Boy 1992, if you know me from some streams, here with a black and white UU battle against my good buddy ThatsMyLatios. And we had this battle on the TPX chat since I was craving some UU, trying to test out this team I made, and Ethan was there, and he happily accepted my challenge. So here we are. Anyways, looking at this team, it looks like he's running a Firewater Grass Core in the form of Fione, Roserade, and Nidoking. And I'm also running a Firewater Grass Core in the form of Shaman, Swampert, and Victini. And for the big threats of this team, the Nidoking and the Darmanitan are screaming threats. Quaidel can set up rocks, and I do not want those rocks up, since my Victini and Zapdos are my two biggest threats to his team, apparently. And if I do keep those alive and the rocks off the field, I should be A-okay for this match. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little match, and let's get this show on the road! So Ethan's going to be leading off with his Fione, and I'm actually going to be predicting his Quaidol lead and actually lead off with my Shaman, but it's still a pretty solid lead nonetheless. But here I'm going to be predicting his Darmanitan switch in and go for the Earth Power, but he actually switched it into his Dusclops, which I think is a special wall, because that does pretty much nothing. So here I'm just going to resort to going for the Seed Flare, and that will bring it into the high yellow zone of his health range as Dusclops goes for the Nightshade. And here I go for the Seed Flare, thinking it's going to be a 2 HKO after that 1 Earth Power, but it's actually not. And Dusclops will be going for that Pain Split to get a little bit of health back. And now, the obvious rest is obvious, so he's going to be switching to his Darmanitan, as I do in fact go for the rest, and try to recover all of my HP back. So, now, since I'm asleep, I'm going to be switching my Shaman out, going to my Hitmontop to get the Intimidate off on that Darmanitan in case it wants to go for the Flare Blitz, but the Darmanitan happens to go for the U-turn, giving Ethan the switch initiative and switching into his Nidoking. And so the obvious attacking move is pretty obvious, so I'm just going to be going for the Sucker Punch right off the bat, not going to make any over predictions, and it doesn't do so much. And here I see Ice Beam from the Nidoking, and it does a lot to my Hitmontop, but it's pretty much more of a physical wall than a special wall. And now I'm thinking that the Nidoking is Choice Scarfed, so I switch to my Registeel, but he actually makes a nice prediction and goes for the Earth Power. And that's going to leave a massive dent into my Registeel. But it's a Life Orb boosted and Sheer Force boosted Nidoking. That thing doesn't play games. So I go into my Zapdos to take the Earth Power, but he actually makes the safe play and goes for the Flamethrower, not holding anything back and whatnot. So anyways, the Hidden Power Ice is kind of obvious, so he's going to be switching into his Fione to take the hit, and it will do absolutely nothing since it's a resisted hit. So I'm just going to be sending in Registeel as Death Fodder for whatever this Fione wants to throw at me, but the Fione actually does go for the U-turn, and Ethan keeps his switch initiative going. And now it comes Nidoking, and yeah, I'm just going to try to make a last-ditch resort to set up my rocks, but Nidoking does go for the Earth Power, and kills me off with a critical hit. Doubt it mattered, since Nidoking is Life Orb Sheer Force boosted and such, so I don't think Registeel would have taken that hit anyways. So out comes Swampert, and here I go for the Ice Punch, predicting the Roserade to come in, and the prediction pays off, and the Roserade is taken down with 1 hit. And this is actually a choice banned Swampert, so he knows that, and goes into Fione to take the Ice Punch. So here I go into my Zapdos to take whatever hit, and he actually goes for the U-turn again, and I'm pretty sure that this thing is choice in some way. And now, actually out comes Dusclops for reasons. And Dusclops switches out and goes into Nidoking to take an incoming Hidden Power, which he thinks it's Ice. So he's going to be switching out into his Darmanitan to take the hit. But guess what, PMPBeta? I actually carry the Hidden Power Water. And Darmanitan is not going to be taking that hit too well. Because, yeah, super effective and whatnot. So now, since he knows that it's Hidden Power Water, he's going to be switching to Fione. I carelessly go for it again. And here, I probably should have switched into my Shaman, which I actually do now. And the Fione is actually going to be hitting me with an Ice Beam, if I'm not mistaken. And that is actually going to be a clean 2-hit KO. And here he actually exposes that he's Choice Scarfed, and I just sacrificed my Shaman for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So stupidity kind of bites me in the butt there. So now I go out into my Zapdos, and that will scare the Fione away. And out actually comes Dusclops to take the U-turn. So here I gain the switch advantage, and there I was actually predicting the Nidoking to come in, because I didn't want to overpredict or anything. So now out comes Swampert, and since it's a Dusclops, I'm pretty sure that I'm faster, and from that range, an Earthquake will be a solid KO, and I kind of doubt that crit mattered due to the range of health that it was at. So now comes Claydol, and since I'm locked in an Earthquake, I'm pretty much forced out, and I'm going to be going into my Zapdos to take whatever hit. But he actually pulls off a double switch and goes into his Fione once more. So the obvious T-Volt is kind of obvious. So out comes Nidoking, but I'm actually going to be going for the U-turn to take that thing straight out, and I didn't want to overpredict there. But that's good for me that I take out his Nidoking, but bad since he gains a switch initiative. So off the U-turn I go into my Swampert, and he's actually going to go into his Fione. And then Fione is actually going to be going for the Grass Knot, and from full health I think I could have tanked that, and I do with 60 HP, and I'm just going to be slamming that thing with a superpower. Taking that Fione straight out and removing that big threat from the field. Yeah, when does anybody ever get to say that Fione is a big threat? So anyways, out comes Darmanitan. He goes to the Flare Blitz, and I'm pretty much leaving Swampert in here to die, so I can have Zapdos clean up shop from here on out. So, like I said, I'm sending in Zapdos to clean this Darmanitan, locking myself in the HP water since he has since his Fione is gone, he's got nothing to take a hidden power water. So now out comes Claydol, and it's pretty much a good game from here. So I'm just going to be speeding this portion of the battle up since it's mainly just me spamming HP water, as he's spamming Rapid Spin because he can't touch me since his moveset is Rapid Spin, Stealth Rocks, Magic Coat, and Earthquake. So he can't do anything to me. And I'm just going to be proceeding to take him out with this last Hidden Power Water. And that will be the game. So if you enjoy my narration, PMPBeta, you are free to check me out. My link will be in the description. And if you also want to check Ethan out, his link will be in the description too. And I highly advise it since he is a pretty dang good battler. So anyways, good game. That's my Latios.